We've got the hornblower poised with his horn. I heard it. That's more accurate. I suppose you need a good set of lungs.
What is that?
So that's the second dawn.
I'm off round, isn't he?
It's going to repeat. Third and fourth.
I think he deserves a white pint in Weatherspoon after this.
He does, and he's doing it without the benefit of an umbrella in the rain.
Hello, good evening all. My name is Patricio, I'm one of the hornblowers. What you've just seen is called the setting of the watch, which is a tradition that comes from quite a long time ago in Ripon. If you have about 5-10 minutes, I can tell you something about the history of it. But if you fancy going back to the pub, it's raining, the jokes and such, whatever it might be, don't feel that you have to stay either. Oh, you're all staying. This is exciting. With the rain and everything. This is good because you never know what you're going to get each night. Like 2 nights ago, I got like someone passing by and saying hello, and that was it. So this is quite exciting. Right, who's seen it before? Who's seen it before? Only one person. Oh, okay. Come to the front and no, I have plenty to tell you then. We started doing this in the year 886, so over 1,130 years ago, and we started doing it when it was time of Vikings and Anglo-Saxons, and that has to be part of the reason why we started doing this, because we had the fortune of having the Saxon king, called King Alfred the Great, come across Ripon, and apparently like very much cool, because we decided to create the Royal Charter. Hello, Bobby. And with that charter, as a symbol of that charter, he gave us a horn, which is custom to receive an object. And the Vikings were very, very close to here, and obviously they were kind of in arms against the Saxons. So his duties were all the way from sunset one day until sunrise the next day. And because of that, he was given the name of the Wakeman, because literally the man who stay awake all night. So the Wakeman, and so we started. And the very short version, in case you do want to go to the pub now, the very short version of the story is that since then we have been doing exactly the same thing at the beginning of every night, in pretty much the same manner, uninterruptedly, which we believe make this the oldest daily uninterrupted ceremony anywhere in the world. I mean, most definitely anywhere in the UK, because we're very good at keeping records and stuff. But we have tried to find if there's anything as long going on, and we really couldn't find it. So we're extremely proud of it, as you might imagine. Obviously, not everything kept the same way. For once, I can pretty much go to sleep after this, so I don't have to stay awake all night. So what happened actually before we got this relaxed duty, the Wakeman became a very, very, very powerful position. So apart from protecting us for Vikings, they say, well, this doesn't happen all that often, invasion, so why do you make sure there's no crime happening in the evening? So he was given power to arrest people and protect us from all sorts of crimes, from ourselves, you would say. And as Ripon grew, the Wakeman was allowed to have constables that will be patrolling the streets quite fiercely. We are meant to know. It was in order to provide those services, he was allowed to collect taxes. And as the centuries went on, at one point he was even allowed to pass laws. After the dissolution of the Catholic Church, the clerical went away, and he was, arresting people and passing judgment on them. So quite a lot of power, you would say, into one person. So it reached a point in which we decided that had become slightly too much, and the Wakeman of the time managed to get an audience with the King. That was King James I of England, or James VI of Scotland, and as the King gave the audience, listened, and decided that Ripon should change things up, give Ripon a second royal charter, because he said we shouldn't have a Wakeman anymore, and instead we should have a mayor. So since that time we have someone elected to office now, but all this power is transferred to that person. But as you can see, we're still here. So what he decided was that without going against the King, but finding a workaround, you would say, he wanted to make sure that we continue the tradition that we have been going on for about 800 years at that point. So he hired someone that will be known as a hornblower, and the hornblower will come out and still blow the horn at the beginning of the evening 4 times to let the people of Ripon know you're going to go and sleep safe, but passing that message now on behalf of the mayor. And that's the reason why I can go to sleep. Apart from they have wonderful policemen going around, it's quite nice not to have to worry about what happens to Wetherspoons at closing times. So yeah, I'm pretty much done. The only thing that he had, and that's the reason why we're hornblowers today and no Wakemans, because we did wanted all this power to transfer to someone else, and we keep the tradition going on. The only thing that the mayor added at that point was he wanted to make sure we were doing a good job. So a way to know that we were doing a job said, well, after you finish in the market square, come and see me, blow the horn 3 times and say, Mr. Mayor, what has been said. So we still do that to this day. Straight after this, I'll go and see the mayor. He has been very diligently waiting outside the last 2 nights, even though it's been this weather. He's about half a mile away at the moment, but obviously the mayor can live anywhere in Ripon. So wherever the mayor is, we would be going. We elect a new mayor every year, so it does change quite often. In fact, one of the mayors we had was a publican, so at 9 o'clock he used to be working. So I did go to the pub and get him from behind the bar, just take him outside and do the 3 toots. But it could be cathedral concerts that happened quite a lot recently, a restaurant, a pub, wherever the mayor is where I'll be going next. Since that time, really, since we changed in 1604, only 400 years ago, things have not really changed all that much. We haven't done it exactly the same way. The time has changed. It has been slightly later at some point, slightly earlier. Originally, we have been sunset, so there's nothing that says it has to be at a specific time. We believe that the only reason we do it at 9 o'clock is when Ripon got a railway line passing. At some point, the last train was at 9:35. So we thought we'd do it at 9 o'clock so people can see it before they actually. So that's really the only reason. But thanks to that, you're all here. So I'll take it. It's much better than to do it with someone just saying hello and that's it. So what a crap. We'll probably be talking for hours. I'll tell you what else. I'll tell you a couple of more things about the horn. This horn comes from a large African ox. It's from the year 1865. We have another horn that we use, which is slightly older, 1695, but we still have the original horn as well. It comes on parade 2 or 3 times a year, so people can see it. And we have one more that is at the top of the obelisk. I would say look that, but it just wants to get into my eyes. Gotta do that. So maybe don't do that. Believe me, maybe tomorrow you can see that. There's a gilded horn that is there, acts as a weather vane so if it doesn't get blocked by us, it goes by the window. It is also a time capsule, so we put it up there in the year 1889. We put 7 golden sovereigns inside. We close it, we put it up there with instructions to open it 100 years later. And yes, your math are correct. We did last that, but we couldn't help ourselves. And 97 years later, we decided it was enough time. So 1986, we're celebrating 1,100 years. So they had a good excuse. They said 97 years is the same. Okay. Well, bad luck, I say, because they took it down, they opened it, and there wasn't anything inside. So, and we did have an event prepared here. It's quite embarrassing. So we opened it and didn't have anything. But we did have a lot of things prepared. It's good. So we put a newspaper of the day with some council documents that were especially for it, and we had some coins that the Queen Elizabeth II, came with Prince Philip to Ripon in '85. To give us a little coin, so we put it all in there, we closed it up, and we went back up there. Again, without getting mad. You can't really see it today, can you? It might be on the other side. Yeah, I hope it's there. But yeah, so we went back up there. So if you happen to pass Ripon in 2086, just be here, make sure you get to see it. No. Do you have any questions? Anything you'd like to know? I could be talking for a long time, so anything you want to know?
Thank you.